So I managed to trim some of this off or shave some of this off. This is actually the fiberglass that was on here, and as you can see, it's better. It's actually flushed, and that's what we want. And all the angles, in every angle you see, that is perfect. Now we're gonna go ahead and do some body filler, smooth it out, smooth this part out. I am gonna continue putting more support right here, because right now this is just the shell or the front part. We still need to put some more fiberglass in here and also on the other side of the fender. Pretty much all the projects that I'm doing, I'm using this gizmo right here, and you know, you can test it out to see what it looks like if you wet it. And as you can see, it looks dang good. Now on the other side, I managed to do the same thing. As you can see, this one is looking pretty good as well. It's flushed on this side. Here looks like it needs a little bit more trimming done. I don't know if you can see this, but there's like this little hump right here. So once I smooth that out, make it nice and a better flatter panel. Not too flat, because remember, it has to somehow come out like that. So it has this type of design that moves upward, but we still want to maintain the design at the same time. We want to remove these little humps and bumps. So far so good. Here looks like we need a little bit more of material. I was thinking whether I should just put just a body filler and that should help with that, or put more material on here. That way it'll be flush like the other side and less body filler. Of course, on this side of the panel, I would have to put more fiberglass material. That way we'll get the support. It's looking pretty darn good. So here's the progress. I didn't want to get ahead of myself, but it's always wise to have one of these vacuums because you're going to get a lot of dust once you start sanding this crap down. But here's the deal. There's this really cool line on here, and I didn't want to mess it up by sanding over it and making it all flat. So what I ended up doing is that I ended up protecting this line. So you'll see the tape running down all the way. That way it will protect that really cool design, that it just curves like so. And by sanding it, if you're not careful, you're gonna mess up that really cool design, and it's gonna be flat in certain angles, you know. So you want to keep it the same way, and vice versa. When you start sanding down this side, you're gonna have to mask this side. Because here's the stuff that I used. I used this old-fashioned crap. Remember these? Yeah, I still use them, but I don't use them a lot. I use this one. I use this big bad boy. It's not a big size one. It's just kind of like a medium size. If you take a look at my hand versus that one, it's not that big, right? This is pretty much the one that fits in the palm of your hand. And of course, there's this one right here, which is really flexible. It's like it's not a sponge, but it's very flexible ones, and I do these for the corners, so I can go down the corner, and you know, and also when you're sanding, you want to keep it nice X looking. So if you're going this way, you know, you also want to do it like that, and you want to walk it down the path with an X style. Nice. I mean, this is it's really becoming very flat, and I did use the what is it that they call it, a guide coat. And believe me guys, you don't really need that expensive $27, you know, guide coat crap that they sell or market. 99 cents, okay? You can pick this up at Walmart, alright, or Target, or I believe one of those. And believe me, this stuff is just, it goes on flat and it dries pretty quickly, and you can sand it down and you'll have these black areas, and that's what they call the low spots. You see, I got some right here, got a little bit right there, a little bit right here, but it's not too much where I don't feel it. That was all the black that was already there, the original color. So I don't think that's a low spot, but this is obviously a low spot because I can feel it. It's still not smooth, and it's not. And I've been sanding this thing like crazy, and I can still smell it. I can still feel it. It's not that great. I still got to tackle a couple of areas on here, and we're going to be done with the bumper. I can remove it, and finally put some more material on here, and I can start working on this without having. And the reason why I put it on the car is because I needed to measure it. This is not a dry fitting anymore. This is what it's going to look like. So everything is pretty much tightened in the way like a finished product. So I know where I can trim off, where I can sand down, where I can add more material. Pretty much refabricate certain areas. So guys, so far so good, and I'll give you with more progress on this stuff.